one of the best ever in Call of Duty, best ever, 2 championship rings. Impossible to achieve. I don't think it can't ever be achieved again, can it? Like, because that the way that you attained yours was in the most pure and raw way that you could have, because Call of Duty, from its infancy till it became a league, is the way that Call of Duty, like, that was the toughest time ever, because 1, dynasties happened. 2, it was in a moment in time where organizations were clawing their ways to be able to, 1, make salary, make travel, and do this, that, and the other. Before investments, before the lights, before everything, like, you made it happen. How does that feel? Because you literally won the last one.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me, first of all.
Yes, Clayster, Eubanks.
I mean, I think that the way I won champs, especially the 2 times, like you said, it won't ever happen again, just because of the nature of the format, and you're going to be playing with your team for a long time going into champs, and it feels good just to be able to have the validation that, like, my ideas and philosophy on how to build a winning team, a champ winning team, it works. And so the first time was like, okay, maybe that was a fluke, but then now to do it the second time and potentially like the last real champs that we have, it's a good feeling. It makes me feel pretty proud of what I've achieved and what I've accomplished.
Very, very cool. I think that you were the first player to really bring hype to Call of Duty. It hadn't happened before that. Everybody was a little timid and people would yell over, but nobody hyped themselves up. The majority of the hype, and the first time I'd really experienced it was in London for EGL 7, I believe. But you were the first one to come in and really bring the hype, to hype up your team, as opposed to hype down to sort of suppress the enemy and make them feel a certain way, to sort of impact their emotions and therefore impact the way that they play and use that to your advantage. You said, forget all that. I'm going to concentrate on me and my team, and I'm just going to be as hype as I possibly can. You're the first guy in Call of Duty that I saw with, you know what I'm saying, that pose. And that pose is so iconic because it was one of its first ones, I think, in all of esports. I don't think any other esport out there has that sort of, I mean, aside from Gears way back in the day, but even then, those pictures never existed. So we'll get into all that, and I'm getting off on a rant because I'm so excited about the first episode. I haven't done a podcast in close to how long, Maddie? 4 weeks? 5 weeks? 4 weeks. I haven't done a podcast in 4 weeks, so I'm itching. I'm climbing. I'm itching. I'm ready to go. So we'll start with this. Who are you today?
Yeah, I mean, James Eubanks' friends call me Clay, or most people online call me Clayster. And, I play for the Dallas Empire now here in good old Texas, where we're at right now. I love Texas, love the weather. And, hopefully going into this next year, trying to be as best as I can possibly be and carry on the success that I had from last year.
Do you think that's going to be hard?
Yeah, I think it's going to be insanely difficult.
Yeah, I commend you guys for going outside of Call of Duty and picking up raw talent from other esports, because it does exist. It is out there, right? These two players that you have, or the one player they have, like, that's not an anomaly. Like, there are other people. Like, if you think about Paul Duarte of Snakebite, if you think about Lethal, if you think about Royal, and then you go into Gears, and you're talking about Billy, you're talking about Explosive, and then you go into let's call it Rainbow Six. Like, there's so much talent out there that you don't have to sort of stand for the top 30 in that particular esport. And I think that was one of the smartest things that you guys did on your team, was to go outside of that. If for whatever reason nothing worked out, and I've said it like 5 podcasts now, if for whatever reason what happened to me didn't happen, and I didn't have Scump and I didn't have the players that I have, I would have gone out and made a story for myself by picking up like other people from other esports, and people would have been mad, but I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because that talent is out there.
I mean, they're gamers. They're just like good gamers, and there's a lot of them in esports, and a lot of them that have grew up playing all sorts of video games, and they kind of just settled on this one that they went pro in. But that doesn't mean they can't play other games. And there's so many talented gamers, especially console gamers. Like, you're playing with a controller, you can pretty much play any FPS or third person shooter, whatever. Like, a Gears player can play COD, a COD player can play Halo, a Halo player can play Gears. Like, they really can. And it was a really tough decision because, I mean, we still don't know if it's going to work out. I mean, in practice and stuff, Shotzi has looked really, really good, but we're not sure how it's going to work out on LAN and how it'll work out the rest of the season. But so far, it's been where we want him to be, and he's improving at the rate that we want him to improve at. But, like, that I don't even really care about. I just care about, like, the actual, like, skill of the player is there, and he has it. Like, he's 100%. A freak of nature, dude.
Yeah, freak of nature. Nasty.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like, God-given talent shot. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You played other sports, and you're good at those sports. Do you think that there is, like, if you weren't playing Call of Duty, which one do you think that you would pick? Your number one pick?
If I could just like switch right now,
Yeah.
I mean it'd be Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I love Counter-Strike. I love the like simplicity of it, but also the complexity of it. Like it goes both ways. Like it comes down to a basic, like you just got to headshot the other dude, but like before all that, there's so much that goes into it, and so much strategy, so much like thinking and stuff that I'd probably be a pro at Counter-Strike if it wasn't COD.
Yeah. Do you think that Counter-Strike is the best spectator esport out there? Obviously, you can't pick Call of Duty because that's biased. But
yeah, I would pick. I would
so
either
too.
pick Counter-Strike or Rocket League. I think Rocket League's a really entertaining esport to watch. And
Yeah.
anybody can just like watch it. It's rocket cars hitting a soccer ball into a
Yeah.
net. I mean, anybody can get that, you know. So from a spectator point of view, it's one of the two, in my opinion.
So we at Energy just won the world championship there. That shit was insane. It was insane. I agree. And the amount of people that watched that in a live audience and the amount of people that watched that from home was insane. Like there are so many sleeper esports out there that don't get the light of day, but these are like massively viewed esports that people don't watch. So for me, it's always been like about the discovery aspect of it. Just like every single day I find a new YouTuber that has like 1 million subscribers there, and I'm like, where the fuck did this guy come from? You know, that scenario. All right, so you know, we'll talk about all this, but I want to keep it in chronological order. Now that we know who you are today, have you guys nominated who your captain's going to be, or is it just going to be like?
It's kind of me, but I mean, it's not like a hard me.
Like a hard you?
Yeah.
It's like a
shared responsibility between me and Crim Six.
Yeah, so it's not like a Scumpy, right? Like
No.
Scumpy's a captain, but he's just there. Like,